Hey, good evening. Yet again, another Wednesday night. We go past so quickly. That's absolutely brilliant. So, welcome along. We have a huge lineup for you tonight. And we're going to say a little bit of a hello to Charles Schneider, who just sent us this to open the evening with.
Oh, if I was a true magician, I could just wink, and in a second, cards would appear out of nowhere. Oh, you don't appear to be that impressed. Not so impressed. Would you be impressed if I did something which even Charlie Chaplin would... Even Charlie Chaplin would be jealous of it. Because I'm eating these cards. I'm not... Pretty good. Need a little salt. Whoa! Sorry, Now. I'm actually really eating these cards. I don't want you to. And I'm not lying. And I lie a lot. I mean, I don't never lie. I never, ever. Okay, is that convincing? Look. I discovered that if I drink a lot of olive oil, have some kale pectate mixed with a little water the mouth and a little Voris, not to mention some Pepto-Bismol, a couple of tacos, and sometimes a little bit of basmati rice, and it keeps everything it's like the cogs of a process. I thought, anyways, I'm done. I'm going to wait till dinner to eat some more cards. And hope you enjoyed that. Over and out.
That was just for everybody who hates card tricks. And we thought, Charles would sit there and eat a pack of cards for you guys. Thanks, Charles. Fabulous. Okay, and the show goes on. Welcome along to our first, our first live performer tonight. Lady's been working on this act for quite a long time, and each week it a little bit gets refined, a little bit gets better, and more stuff comes in. So, hi, welcome along, Robina. Hi there.
You're muted, Kevin.
You're muted, Kevin.
Know what's happened? There we go. The microphone.
There you go. To be honest, I was liking it, but
Yeah. I've actually got for anyone else who messes up their sound, I've got this. Which I have to use for myself. Okay.
Just a mirror in front of you.
moving on rapidly. We have a new performer with us tonight. So a big Wednesday open mic welcome and a round of applause for Jayne. Hello, Rob.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Hello, folks. I've been granted a 10-minute slot, so I better get on with it. I'm speaking to you from Dorset in England. It's a county on the southwest of the country, and it's quite a small county with only a few people here, but we're a hospitable lot, and I'm just going to show you the flag of Dorset. That's our local county flag, folks. And because we're hospitable, I would be offering you, if I could, a glass of our Dorset Gold beer. So, I live in Bridport, which is a small market town on the south coast of the county. And it's famous for a number of things, including an annual hat festival. And every year, everybody gets together and wears silly hats, which they either make or buy. And I'm going to celebrate that with a few hats here. I've got 4 of them, so we'll see how we go. The first one is a printer's hat, for those of you who haven't seen one of these before. It's a folded up single piece of newspaper. And the print guys used to wear it to keep the print from getting in their hair. Not a problem that I would have, obviously. But hey, never mind. I'm wearing it because I want to celebrate our local newspaper, the Bridport News. It's our weekly journal that keeps us up to date with everything. Yeah, I used to play football with the local football team, but my doctor told me to stop. He gave me that advice. It wasn't medical advice. He just saw me playing once. Yeah, I was bad. But the news is pretty stark around here. Oh, blimey. There's been a kidnapping at the local school. That's all right. They woke him up. Yeah. You get the idea. It's a bit of a slow news type of place. And I was talking to the local journalist, Jackie, and she told me that the local news is getting ripped apart because people aren't buying it anymore. They get news sources from other items like social media and the internet. And so they're losing out. Print media is going down the tubes. Yeah. But hang on a minute. I live in rural England where the internet access is pretty ropey. Mm-hmm. Where will I get my news from if I don't get the local paper? Tell you what, I'm going to keep it. So there, I will hang on to local news and keep on supporting it. Now, the next hat I'm going to wear is a rope hat. Now, I'm going to wear a rope hat because we've got a rope making industry in Bridport that's been going on for 1,000 years, and it's still happening. We've got a factory here that produces ropes and nets. Some of the sporting nets you see at places like Wimbledon and Wembley are made here. And this is actually a rope hat. You can tell there's a braid of rope around it. Now, they're pretty famous, these hats, by being worn by golfers. And there's probably one particularly famous golfer that you might know. Does this give you a clue? Let's make America great again. So, folks, yeah, a rope making industry. And I went on a tour of the local rope making factory, and Fred on the rope making machine, he called me over. He said, "Rob, you're a magician. I think I know how you do one of your tricks." "Oh, yeah," I said. And he went over to the rope making machine. He cut himself a short piece of rope, a medium piece of rope, and a long piece of rope. And he said, "I reckon there's that trick where they all come together and they look the same length. I reckon I know how it's done." "Oh, yeah, Fred," I said. "How do you do it then?" He said, "What you do, I reckon, is put a loop in the long piece of rope and put the short piece of rope through it like that. And then you put the medium piece of rope next to it and they all look the same length. That's a proper job," he said. I said, "Fred, that's not good. There's a loop you can see. Everyone can see it." He said, "Well, you put your hand over it, don't you?" I didn't like that. So I said to Fred, "Look, I would much prefer it if you took a long piece of rope a short piece of rope and a medium piece of rope, and they instantly all became the same length. So that one is equal to the same length as that one, and that one's equal to the same length as the others. And then if you yank them through your hands, they revert back to being a long piece of rope, a medium piece of rope, and a short piece of rope. And he said, yeah, that's rather good, isn't it? I said, well, you go away and figure out how to do it, Fred, and come back and tell me, and then I'll put it in the act. Now, folks, I'm going to wear a third hat here, and this is going to be King Neptune, the king of the sea. Do I hear some sniggering out there? Now, listen, folks, just be careful. I've got a trident here, and I'm not afraid to use it. It's got an extendable reach, too. I might have some toast as well. Yeah. So let me tell you about Lyme Bay, which is the ocean in front of us at Bridport here. Imagine this blue expanse is the ocean, and it's full of seafood, which attracts our local fishermen. And I've got one here. It's Dan the Lobster Man. Dan the Lobster Man goes out every day into Lyme Bay in his boat, the Ariadne, and he puts out his lobster pots. And his lobster pots for this little show are going to be played by these 3 red balls. And Dan the Lobster Man goes out and he goes to his favorite bit of the ocean where he knows there's lobsters. And here's King Neptune, sea. He takes one of the lobster pots and he drops it on the surface of the ocean. Bop, down it goes. And he takes the second lobster pot and he puts it on the surface of the ocean. Down it goes. He looks over the side down into the deeps, and there they are floating down to where all the lobsters are. He takes the third lobster pot, puts it on the surface of the ocean, bloop, down it goes. Now Dan's sitting there thinking everything's right with the world, but Neptune goes, I'm going to play a trick with you, my friend. And he starts moving the waves in a very odd way. And up pops a lobster pot where it shouldn't be. Dan can't believe this. And he's sitting there very confused when suddenly up pops the second lobster pot where it shouldn't be. And he goes over to where he put the lobster pots, looks down, there's still one. He pulls it up, has a look at it, makes sure there's nothing fishy about it. Well, there isn't yet. And he puts it back down in the sea. And he's thinking, right, everything's all right. But it isn't, because Neptune goes, here you go, my lad. Bloop, up pops the other one. Dan is really concerned. And he goes home that night. And he talks to Jackie, the journalist, who's his wife. And he says, there's something weird going on out there. And she says, I reckon it's that Neptune playing a trick with you. Why don't you go out there and play a trick back on him? Dan thinks about this. He thinks, I will. And she says, I'll have something to write about in next week's Bridport News if you do. So off he goes the next day with a cunning plan. And he takes the first lobster pot, puts it on the surface of the ocean, bloop, down it goes. He takes the second lobster pot, puts it on the surface of the ocean, bloop, down it goes. And the third one he puts on the surface of the ocean, but he snatches this one away and puts it in the boat. So he thinks, I got you now, Neptune, I got you. But Neptune just waggles the waves. He knows what Dan's up to. And he goes, here's your lobster pots back, my friend. Have them right back. And Dan goes, what's going on here? And he thinks, I better do this again. He takes the first lobster pot, puts it on the surface of the ocean, bloop, down it goes. Second lobster pot, bloop, down it goes. He takes the third one, but this one he snatches away and puts back in the boat. Ha, got you, Neptune. I've got you now. And Neptune says, oh no, my dear chap, here's your balls back on the surface of the ocean. Right, thinks Dan, this time I'm going to go for it. And he goes, here's the first lobster pot on the surface of the ocean, bloop, down it goes. Here's the second one, bloop, down it goes. He takes the third one, but this one, after checking the other two is going down to the bottom of the ocean, he puts it on the surface of the ocean and snatches it away and puts it in the boat. And he thinks, all right, I've got you now, Neptune. But Neptune goes, no, my friend, you haven't. Here, have some fish just to keep you going. And Dan goes home with a boatload of fish, but he's still a very confused man. So let me tell you about the last hat. And this hat is a dinosaur hat. And I'm wearing it because we have the Jurassic coast where we live here. It's called the Jurassic Coast because the cliffs crumble away and reveal new fossil records, new bones of dinosaurs. And here is Dino the dinosaur. Rah. He's actually a T-Rex. Now, he's a T-Rex because he likes playing card tricks. And that's why those dinosaurs like T-Rex and T-Rexes have got little claws. If you can imagine his little claws working the cards, he puts them together, and he's very good at estimating with cards. So, Kevin, are you unmuted, my friend?
I am now.
Could you tell me if you want me to cut high, medium, or low?
Medium.
What about there?
Yep, that'll do.
Do you want some taken away or some added?
Take one away.
Okay, there's one going down.
Okay.
So Dino, tell us what you think up here. What's going on with these cards? Ooh, he's going. Ooh, he's going. He's saying there's 22 cards here. We'll have a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He's quite a good card counter, is our Dino. So, Kevin, one more time, could I ask you to give me a smallish number as we're running out of time?
7.
7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Now, can you see your card you've gone to?
Yep.
Everyone can see it. It's the 8 of clubs. And that's amazing because Dino predicted that would be the card that you would choose. And with that, folks, I'm going to fade to black. Thank you very much. All the best, everyone.
Thank you. I didn't know how that was done. Thanks very much. Moving on rapidly to someone who's got to follow that. David Minton, come on down.
You always make it difficult for me, Kevin. Stuart, can I have a helper for this trick, please? Can you find me someone fabulous?
Absolutely.
Excellent,
The
George.
most fabulous one here.
That is the most fabulous choice available. So well done.
Excellent. I was going to say someone with a really weird personality, but you'll have to do, George. So I'm going to do, have you ever done one of these little personality tests before online or anything like that, or Myers-Briggs?
No, I haven't.
Excellent. Well, now's your first chance. This is based on an old Austrian scientist, but it was done. It was developed in the University of Turin in the 60s. And for everyone else on the call, you're about to get a really good insight into the deepest, darkest reaches of George's brain. So they reckon that there are 4 cognitive functions. So I've done them all with a little different color for you here, so you don't need to pronounce the Italian for me, George. So we'll just lay those out, the 4 cognitive functions. This is the primary one of your personality, and this is the least important of the 4. So I'm just going to start dealing down cards against all of these 4 cognitive functions. And I wouldn't presume, George, to tell you where to stop. So you just say stop whenever you get the urge.
Stop.
Okay, do you want this one down?
No, the pink one.
Okay, we stop there. Do
Yeah.
you want to mark the pink one and lock that in, or do you want to lock one of the other colours?
Oh, the pink one.
The pink one, so
lock
that's
it
your
in.
tertiary function. Where shall I start dealing again? Blue, orange, or green?
Green.
Green, you're a tricky customer. So you're making all the decisions here, George. You just say stop again whenever you feel the urge.
Stop.
Okay, which one do you want me to mark now?
The yellow one.
The yellow one. So that's your primary. So this will be marking the main bit of your personality. Just to check, Kevin, it was a 20-minute slot, wasn't it? George, you want me to continue from green or blue?
Blue.
Blue, okay. And you know the deal, George. Just say stop whenever you feel like it.
Stop.
And which one are we marking?
The blue one.
The blue one. And just say stop whenever you feel like it.
And that's a stop.
That one down or not?
Down.
Brilliant. So you have marked now the 4 different cognitive functions for your personality. This personality test differs from most of the others. So most of the others will ask you questions about your personality and you will answer them. This one, which Antonio Borelli developed, is done completely blind. So you've no idea where you were stopping. It also, all the cards are everyday objects. So if we go and have a look through, do you want everyone to see your personality?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've seen it in plenty already.
Great. So, oh, interesting. So that's the first part of your personality. The primary cognitive function is a tree. You could have had milkshakes if you'd have stopped me a little bit earlier, but you stopped on tree. So this suggests that you're a lover of nature, George. You love getting out into the fresh air. Do you go for walks and stuff in the countryside?
I mean, I live in the countryside. That counts.
That's uncanny, isn't it? Unreal. So let's have a look at the second part of your personality. Oh, this is a chess piece. I don't suppose you like playing chess at all, do you?
I do actually like a game of chess.
It's incredible. It's like there's some connection, George. This also signifies kind of games, liking strategic games played in small groups. So would you say this is kind of summing up your personality quite nicely so far?
Yeah, it's not far off, yeah.
Yeah, good. Let's have a look. So this is where it all goes wrong. Your third, your pinky, your little pink one, is an oar. So are you into water sports, or have you ever done that kind of thing? Like outdoor activities, or?
It was a bit personal, isn't it? No, not really. Not water sports as such.
Okay. So what this can signify is just loving to get out in nature and following the path of the river. So instead of kind of going with everyone else on the motorways and the train tracks, you just like getting out and kind of going with the flow. Does that seem to fit at all?
Yeah, that's pretty fair. So I'm still giggling at water sports.
You are. So and finally, the fourth one would be, oh, that's a maths sum. So you could have had a shopping bag or a bird's nest or whatever. You chose this maths sum. Are you good at maths?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. So this is uncannily accurate. This is also kind of suggests a love of data, but and logic, but solving the data. So getting data and solving it, coming to an answer with it as well. So would you say that this personality test, which you chose all of these objects, you decided when to stop, you decided which one to mark, where to carry on dealing. These were all your random choices, and we've ended up with quite an accurate description of your personality.
Yeah, that's pretty damn close.
Fantastic. We'll take it a stage further now. And do you remember the Cambridge Analytica scandal of a few years ago?
Yes.
And they found that if you can get 12 data points on, let's say, George Smith on Facebook. So let's say I know you're a member of the ukulele group on Facebook, and you're a member of the Alan Titchmarsh aficionados group and the Open Mic Magic group. If I get 12 of those data points, it was found by Cambridge Analytica that I can then predict with over 99.8% accuracy over 3,500 other data points about you from looking at all the other people on Facebook worldwide who share those interests. It's quite scary. And I think I did what most people would do in that situation, and I started data gathering on all my friends and family as well. So what I do is I go around all the people I know, George, and I ask them what their favorite card is. Do you have a favorite card, something that means a great deal to you?
Yeah, a Seven of Hearts is a good one.
Okay, so don't tell me what it is, and I just want you I just want you to think of it, George. Okay, and everyone some people have a card that means something to them. Other people, they just, something comes to them in a flash. But yours was, what was it, George?
Seven of Hearts. Seven
of Hearts. So let's find it. Let's see if it's in here. Seven of Hearts. There we go. So we'll just put that one down there. What I ended up doing was I ended up keeping a note of all my friends who chose specific cards, and then tried to look at what I thought they had in common. And I wrote them on the back of the cards. So for instance, every one of my friends who liked the 8 of clubs, they tended to be the kind of people who like incendiary devices. I don't know if you have friends like that, George.
No, not really. No.
They tended to be shambolic, kind of a bit like a fake testicle. Other people, the real people who liked incendiary devices, tended to pick the 4 of spades. They were generally abominable. If you'd have picked the 2 of diamonds, and you could have picked the 2 of diamonds, there was nothing stopping you from picking the 2 of diamonds. I find that people who pick that tend to be a bit of a misfit. Are you a bit of a misfit?
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would say so.
You could have picked the 2 of diamonds, right colour. There are other ones here, inaccurate, sadistic. Are you sadistic?
No, not really.
No. Obnoxious, pedantic. I should have found out what Kevin's favourite card was, and then saw if he was pedantic or fickle or irksome. Any of these screaming out at you?
No, not really.
Moody, greedy. I don't know, how's my 20 minutes going? Not very well. So should we have a look at what you actually picked?
Yes.
Personality for people who picked the one card you did, the 7 of hearts, and people who picked that tend to be quite awesome.
That sounds like me.
There we are. So would you say that data gathering was more or less accurate than the Antonio Borelli test?
I would say that was spot on.
That was spot on. They were actually both really scarily accurate, because I made a prediction before with the Antonio Borelli test, and I thought you would pick the fir tree and the chess piece, the king and the paddle and the math sum, because I knew your personality to be fucking awesome. And Kevin is just about 9.5 minutes. Look at that.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank
you for your personality, George.
Thank you.
Whew. Hey, well done, David. And you did what I said. Beat that. Well, you matched it. Terrific stuff. Excellent. Okay, let's look on my list. We have a gentleman who is very pedantic, and his name is Paul Cooper. Come on in, Paul.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much indeed. So I'm going to start with an apology, and that is directed to everyone who saw me perform last night, because I'll be doing a similar show then. And last night, Robin was very kind to help me out. I'm wondering if my fellow pathology lab worker is around. Is Jill about? Hello there, Jill.
Hello, Flower.
Hi. So, Jill, I'm going to start by asking you a rather strange question. And do you feel that playing cards have emotions or have personalities?
Some of them, yes.
Yeah, okay. That's a good answer. It was really a rhetorical question just to get the little grey cells ticking over. But I'm going to hopefully illustrate this with a tale of 3 people. And the story comes from ancient Greek. So if my camera permits me to turn over, let me see, I'm going to focus down here. There we go. Now I have 3 cards here, Jill. 2 are in this wallet and 1 is separate. Would you like to just name 3 playing cards for me? 3 that pop into your head.
The 3 of clubs, the Jack of hearts, and the 10 of diamonds.
10 of diamonds. Okay, so you've gone for a couple of reds and 1 black. The cards I have in question, I will show you them. And in the wallet, I have the, can you see that okay? Not too shiny. The 9 of, how's that? The 9 of clubs.
Yeah.
The King of hearts. And this one is the Queen of hearts. Now, these are all from ancient Greece. Now, this, people often think of a black card. Black's often thinking of down, depression, unhappiness. Red, more fiery, more go up and get. And that's exactly the story we have here. Because this, the 9 of diamonds, is what was called an Oread. You spell it O-R-E-A-D, which was a nymph that used to live on the side of the mountain, Mount Olympus. So, and she was called Echo. And quite a tragic story, really, in fact. Obviously, the king has got to be Zeus, the king of the gods, and this one is Hera, his wife. Now, the reason why they're associated with these cards is because Echo, if you take the middle two letters of her name, the 9, the last E of 9, E, and the first of clubs, we get EC, we get the first part of Echo. And this Echo is about, you'll know as a scientist, is about sending out and receiving back. It seems appropriate that we just have half of her there. Now, Hera, H-E-R-A, the Queen of the Gods, she was a very powerful woman. And, well, a queen is a powerful figure. And if you take her name, Queen of Hearts, and look at the hearts and rearrange the first 4 letters of Hearts, H-E-A-R-T-S, we can get Hera. So that's very appropriate for her. And the king, somewhat arrogant, he doesn't really care. Oh, it doesn't really match me. The last letter of my name, Zeus, King of Hearts. Okay, that's good enough. That will do him. So they're the sort of personality traits that we have to start of the tale. Now, if I was to turn these over for a second, and can you remember this one?
The
Hera.
Queen of Hearts.
Perfect,
Hera.
perfectly right.
Hera,
Hera, the Queen of Hearts. And her husband was the King of Hearts.
Zeus.
Absolutely, very, very good. And what about the other card?
9 of clubs.
Ah, very good, very good. People often forget her name. She's a sad character, as I'll tell you as the tale unfolds. So let me take out the there we are, take out the card in question. And we're also going to take out Zeus, and we'll pop him here. And we've got him here. And we don't need the wallet anymore. And of course we have poor Echo. Now what happened was that the king was a very randy fellow, very randy indeed. Yeah, absolutely. And it's all tied up with really, really strange stuff. I mean, these guys were crazy. I mean, almost as bad as what went on in the Bible. I said almost. I mean, there was really crazy stuff. He married the daughters of 2 of his cousins. He was supposed to have had 57 lovers. And Hera was incredibly ferocious. She used to torture anybody that gave Zeus illegitimate lovers. Now, the where in the story Echo comes in is that Zeus would persuade her to go and talk. When Zeus came down from Mount Olympus and was doing his shenanigans with the various nymphs, goddesses, and human women, he would get Echo to distract Hera by talking to her. She would chatter and chatter away incessantly, giving the time for the nymphs to run away, the lovers to take refuge. And all this did was make Hera more and more angry. And eventually she found out. And what she did was she decided to punish Echo in a most appropriate way. And she did that by taking away her voice. So her voice became less and less. And it meant that she was able to only talk well, she wasn't really talking. If nobody said anything, she couldn't say anything. And if anybody said anything, all she could do was repeat the last few words. So it's a rather sad story. What happened was with that in effect, and poor Echo getting more and more sad, Hera would turn and she said, right, Zeus, we're off to Mount Olympus. And he followed her. He felt guilty. But he still had harboring all these different feelings, echo in circles all the way. But it was a side that he never showed to Hera. And as for poor Echo, well, her voice was gone. She just faded away into the void and was gone.
Oh, that is a sad story.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Thank you very much indeed, Jill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Terrific. Thank you very much, Paul. Excellent stuff.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
we have to move rapidly because we have such a huge lineup tonight. So off the Isle of Man, and hello to Michael. Hello, Michael Kelly.
Oh, hello. Hello. Listen, I'm really excited tonight. In fact, I'm hyper. Absolutely hyper. And the reason I'm hyper is I've been watching lots of movies and, you know, lots of sweets to go with them. So my blood sugar levels are through the roof. I've been watching horror films and I've been so excited about them that I decided I'd make a horror movie of my own. But before we get to that, I wondered if you could help me with one, because there's something puzzling me. One of the films I watched, if we take a look at the poster, the film is It. You may know it. It's about a clown. There's the poster. And the poster asks a question. Where's the clown? And I can't understand it because we know where the clown is. There's the clown. Pennywise, the dancing clown. So what does it mean? These things worry me. Where's the clown? What can it possibly mean? Well, anybody got any ideas? Because I'm flummoxed. Where's the clown? No. Well, that's new. No clown. Where can he be? Oh, I see him. He's right there. Right behind your eyes. In your mind. Probably come out to play when you're in bed tonight. Asleep. In your dreams. Say hello for me. But back to my movie. I was really excited. I even made a poster. But then I thought, what if I've got it wrong? It won't get funding if I've got the wrong mix of ingredients. So I'd like somebody to help me, please, to help me to make the perfect horror movie. Can I have a volunteer, please? Hello.
There we go.
Oh,
Hello. Well, what we have, I've got 3 piles of cards. And we'll take a look at them in a minute. But the first pile, these are all possible villains for the movie.
All right.
And you see, there's the Wicked Witch of the West. So that would represent a film with a witch as the villain. Or there's Freddy Krueger. That would be a slasher movie. There's Nosferatu the vampire. So that would be a vampire film. Or there's Pennywise. That would be a killer clown. Annabelle, that would be about a haunted doll. Casper the Friendly Ghost, that would be a ghost story. E.T., that would be a film about aliens. The Frankenstein Monster, mad scientists. And then back to the witch. So one of those would be the villain in our movie. And of course, in a horror movie, they'd have to have a way to kill people, wouldn't they? Otherwise, it wouldn't be horrible. So there's a plastic bag, and that would represent suffocation. Or a kitchen knife, if it was a stabbing. A revolver for a shooting. A noose for strangulation. A hand grenade for blowing things up. Or a baseball bat for beating things up. So we've got a selection of possible villains and possible murder methods, but which ones are going to work? And I'd like you to help me decide. We're going to trust your intuition. The last few cards, these are all phrases or words, all different there. And I'm going to give these a bit of a mix. And when you're happy that they've been mixed, just shout stop.
All right, stop.
Okay, we'll stop there. And I'm going to deal them into 2 piles. There we go. That's pile 1 and pile 2. Which would you like to start with?
Pile 1, please.
Pile 1. Okay, well, we'll choose the villain first. So I'm going to spread these out. There are 5 possible words. And I'd like you to pick 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Number 5.
Number 5, the last one. Okay, so the word you've chosen, or the phrase you've chosen to describe the villain is slightly see-through. Which of these villains would you imagine that best suits?
I would say Casper the Ghost is slightly see-through.
Yeah, that would figure. He's ectoplasmic. So that's a fair choice. We'll put Casper there then. And now we'll need to do the same for one of the murder methods. So we'll use the other pile of words. And again, would you like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Number 2, please.
Number 2. Well, that says highly polished.
Highly polished.
So we've got a plastic bag, we've got a knife, an old revolver, a noose, a grenade, or a baseball bat.
Well, I would say the knife is probably the best fit for that.
It would probably be highly polished if it wasn't for the blood, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it started that way.
So we have an unlikely combination. We have Casper the Friendly Ghost with a bloodied knife. But it could work. In fact, we seem to be on the same wavelength, because if we have a look at the poster I prepared in my enthusiasm, we'll see it for Casper the Slasher. Thanks very much. You've confirmed my own gut instincts.
All right, I hope we get co-producer credit or something.
Oh, absolutely, if I get funding. And back to you, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Casper the Slasher, love it. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Juan. Okay, rapidly moving on. Still down here on the south coast of the UK, a good friend of mine, Des King. Hello, Des.
Hello, Kevin, and hello, everybody. I'm what's that say? The host is. Oh, that's okay. I'm just doing this to try out my new camera, which I bought on eBay. So I'm going to switch over to it now and see if it works. There, look at that. Good old eBay. I love eBay. I don't just buy things on eBay, I'll sell things as well. You know, I've made a few bob on eBay, me. I've sold my homing pigeon 9 times. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shuffle these up a little bit. So, because I want 4 random cards, and I'm going to just make 4 that you can see they're all mixed up. And I'm just going to make 4 little piles of cards here, and mix them up a bit more actually. And I'll just use the top cards, and you know they're random. So let's see what we've got. Oh, it's an ace. That's good. Well, no. Well, what are the odds? Well, that's great. They're 4 aces, so that will be perfect for the trick, because I can show you the 4 ace trick that I want. This is good. Now I'll get these in the right order, and I guess you all know what the most important ace in the deck is. This one here. It's the ace of spades, and that applies with every deck of cards. It's got all the information on everything. So I'm going to put the ace of spades there, absolutely vertically in front of me. And the second most important is the twin of the ace of spades, which is the ace of clubs. And I'm going to put that on top, but I'm going to put it horizontally so you can still see the ace of spades even though clubs are on top. Now this is the weird bit. If I just do that with my hand, those 2 cards change places. So the spades jumps back to the top and the clubs go to the bottom. But it's even better than that, because if I do it again, they go back again. If I do it a 3rd time, they actually change places with these 2. It's just happened. Look, I've got the clubs and the spades, and there's the hearts and diamonds. Now I need somebody to choose a card, and I'm going to ask Stuart if he'd unmute somebody so that they can choose a card for me.
Bruce.
Hello, Bruce.
Hi.
How are you doing in America? We've had all this bad stormy weather over here. Is it okay there?
Yeah, you're on the south coast of there, and I'm on the south coast here. So yeah, good.
We've had Storm Eunice. It's been awful. And fortunately, the only thing I'm worried about is the trampoline in the garden, because before the storm we didn't have one. So I'm just going to flick through here, and what I want you to do, Bruce, is just say stop anywhere you like, and I'll try and look away. Bearing in mind there's a bit of a delay, I'll look away.
Right. Stop.
There. Can you see that card?
A little closer to the camera, please. Yes.
You've got it?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Remember that card, because I've got no idea where it's. I know it's somewhere near the middle here. In fact, it's probably. I should think it's about there. That wasn't your card, was it?
No, sorry.
No. Would have been good though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, but what I'm going to do is, I can't find your card, Bruce, but I'm going to try and tell you what it was. And to do that, I need 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these 4 cards will tell me the card you just looked at. This one here will tell me whether you chose a red card or a black card. Well, that tells me you chose a red card. This one will tell me whether it was a heart or a diamond. That tells me you chose a diamond. This one will tell me whether it was a picture card or a spot card. That tells me it was a spot card. This is the important one. This will tell me the value. And that tells me it was the 9 of diamonds. Is that right?
That is correct.
That is correct. Good. But it's a bit confusing because you can't possibly have 4 9s of diamonds, can you? Would you like to see that 4 ace trick again? Because I can do that for you right now. And that's it. And the incredible thing is you chose the 9 of diamonds because the card box has been here all along, and the 9 of diamonds was the only one that was in the card box. So I think you'll find that is my. Yes, there we are. That'll be my 5 minutes. So this is Des King, News at 10, West Sussex.
Great job.
Excellent. Very stuff, Des. Thank you ever so much. And that's what we call 5 minutes. Okay.
You said
take
5
note.
minutes.
Yeah, take note, Parry. Who's up next? Come on down. Parry.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hi. Right, I'm going to start by doing something with an experiment that I used to do when I was a little bit younger with some school children. I sort of visualized some objects, some images on cards, and I sort of associated with them in a special way. And I'm turning this now into an activity that I'm going to do with some of you. But let me first of all explain to you what it is. I mean, have you heard of this? Parapsychological Experiment. It's a study of a variety of proposed psychic phenomena like precognition and clairvoyance, ESP, and telepathy. Telepathy is actually a term used to describe mind-to-mind connection. And that's what I'm going to do, hopefully, tonight. Can we have 3 volunteers, please? 3 volunteers. Robina, that's good. Jill is my one of my usuals as well. Oh, Martin, okay, that's good.
Hi.
And my friend Jill. Hello, Jill. Hi, Robina. Hello, Martin.
Hi.
Right, we're going to do an experiment. We're going to try out something. Let me explain. I'm going to show you 2 cards or images. We call the first one phase 1 and then a phase 2. I want each of you to associate yourself with an image that is going to be on both the cards or maybe just one of those cards. So I'm going to show you phase 1 first, and then hopefully you will focus on that one image, and then we'll go to the second phase and see if you can see the same image in that card as well. Now the images on the cards can be really bold. I mean, they'll be black and we can really focus on them, or they may be faint like gray color. So I want you to remember each phase, what your object you picked, basically picking an object and remembering whether it's black or gray on each of those cards, right? We call it phase 1 and phase 2. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Let's go. Right, let's have a look and see. We have phase 1. Let's see if we can focus our minds. Now pick an object and see if you can actually focus on that object and remember in this phase one whether it's a black or a gray object. And now the same thing in phase two. It may and may not be there. In fact, you could pick something on phase two and it may not be on phase one. But you're going to pick something that could be on both, or maybe just one of those phases. Please remember in each phase whether it was black or gray. Okay? Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Good, good. Now, let's have a look and see. I'm going to take these off because I want to see if you can actually focus on what's going on now. Okay. Let's start with you, Robina. Robina?
Okay.
In fact, I'm sensing one of you picked something, a black object. Am I right? Yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm sensing, Robina, you didn't pick a black one, did you?
No.
No, your first one wasn't black. Okay, so we got here, I think, was yours black, Jill? The first object? Okay, so I think now I've got an idea. Yeah, I'm getting that strong signal, that black image. Okay, go to phase two now. Phase two. Yes, definitely. There is someone who's got a strong connection with a dark object, very black object. Is that you, Robina?
No.
No, it must be one of the other two then. Yeah, I think I had. I can't tell. Who had a black object? No.
I did.
In phase two as well?
Oh, no, sorry, not phase two, sorry.
In phase two, I'm talking about. So Jill, you didn't have one in phase two either? No. Is this something you travel with? Martin, I think you might.
Not really.
No, no. But it is something that attached to water.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But you never been in it yourself. You never traveled in it yourself. No?
No.
No, I thought you had. That's why I'm just wondering. Right. So, Robina, that's interesting. Robina is something that you, looking at your style and what your dress sense, it is something you'll probably wear. It adorns your appearance, doesn't it?
Probably not.
No, but it can do. It can do.
I suppose if somebody's creative, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm getting mixed messages here because I think Jill is the one that threw me. Okay, let's go back. I got an idea. You started doing with Jill. Jill, you didn't have one when you were young, but you'd like to have one. Maybe you might get one now for one of your younger members of your family, yeah? It's a lovely present to give someone. I think they would love something you can rock on back and forth. It's a lovely rocking horse, yeah?
It is.
Martin.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go on one of them. I'll get seasick. I would hate to travel on a boat, but you obviously picked the boat for some reason. Like, I don't know why.
Yes, I did. Very good. I did.
And Robina, I think I might have yours wrong, but it is something you would wear on your hand. Would I say? Yeah, you could. I may have got this one wrong, I think, but I was thinking about something you wear on your hand, maybe a ring. No, I'm sorry. 2 out of 3 is not bad anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Jill.
But
Thank you,
I think on
Parry.
the picture,
Thank you,
what
Robina.
I picked was actually above her rocking horse, though.
Ah,
Yeah.
so I've got a funny feeling I know now what it is, but we should leave that. Over to you, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Parry. Okay, so from the UK over to the USA and to my very good friend Bruce Yoskin. Hi there, Bruce. Come on in.
Hi, Kevin. Hello, everybody. Quite a fun show so far. It's no secret that I like to do magic with cards. I'm not doing that today. I also like to do magic with numbers, what some people call math magic. And that was heightened recently when I was wandering through an antique store here in South Florida, and I came across, in their vintage book section, I came across a very old pamphlet in pristine condition that came from ancient Rome. And here it is. It's called Magicae cum numeros, or magic with numbers in the Latin language. And it was written by a famous Roman mathematician by the name of Numericus. Now that's almost a contradiction in terms, because math was actually, the father of math was Archimedes, and he was Greek. But it turns out in ancient Rome, this mathematician by the name of Numericus created what we know today as a matrix, or a matrix puzzle. And he put it on a board, and then he used some paint, which he concocted with some dye, powder, and water. Well, I have the board, okay, but I don't have the paint, but I'll show you what I'm going to use instead. So this is the board, and it's made, as you can see, with Roman numerals, starting with V up here, which is 5, and then going by 5s all the way down to here to 80. Now, I'm going to put this down for just a second and show you that what I have instead of paint, I have these. These are known, Latin for these would actually be Sharpus Marcus. We call them Sharpies. Anyway, I'm going to use, we have a red one, a green one, a blue one, and a purple one. Now, Stuart, I need somebody to help me out with this, because they're going to have to make some choices.
Okay.
And on camera, probably.
Sure, let's go for Bill.
Bill, how are you?
I'm doing okay, Bruce. How you doing?
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to choose one of these colors, red, which by the way is rebrum in Latin. We have purple, which is, I'm consulting notes for this, which is purpura. We have ceruleum, which is blue, and in the middle we have weirdus. Now that's a strange way to pronounce it, but there is no soft V in Latin, so it's pronounced weirdus. Anyway, I want you to choose one of these rows and one of these colors, and I'm going to put a line through it. So you can use first, second, third, or fourth, and a color.
Red, third.
Okay, we're going to put a red line through here, right? Next, 3 left.
Purple, fourth.
Purple down here.
Right.
Okay, 2 left, blue and green.
Green, top.
Weirdest. And that's a weird way to say that color. And then blue goes through the second one. Now, it's important that we know that you made all these decisions, right? I showed you the colors, I gave you the choice of the rows. And it's also important to know that you had, by the time all was said and done, there are 24 different combinations here that you could have come up with. Okay, but you chose green, blue, red, and purple. So let's apply the same thing now to the columns. So choose a color and a column, the first, second, third, or fourth.
Fourth, red.
Red down this right side.
Right.
Okay. Next.
Purple, first.
Purple down here. My wife made this, by the way. Blue and green.
Go blue, second.
That's my favorite one because I like to say ceruleum. It's just a nice word. So blue down here, and then green will be down here. Now, this one, yes. Now, just as in the case of the rows, there are 24 different possibilities that you could have done this way. The interesting thing, though, is to get a feeling for all of these. You don't add 24 and 24, it's 24 squared, where there are actually 576 different combinations where these lines could cross one another. And we're only concerned with intersecting lines of the same color. So I'm going to use a black Sharpus Marcus, and let's find some intersecting colors here. We have purple here and purple here. So we're going to circle that, and that is LXV. That's 50, that's 65. Okay. Let's find blue. Blue here intersects with blue here, and we have 30. That's 3. Okay, so it's 3. It's just 30. Now let's find red. Red down here, which is a 50 and a 10 is 60. And by the way, for those of you who don't know Roman numerals, I just briefly go over them. A V is 5, X is 10, and L is 50. Okay, and the last one we have is, what are we looking for? Green, right? Weirdest.
Right.
Weirdest. Green intersects up here, and that's XV, that's 15. So, how's your math, Bill?
It stinks.
Okay, so I'll do it. It's 95 and 15 is 110, and 60 is 170. Okay? You with me?
I'm with you.
Okay. Interestingly, on the back, there's a piece of paper that says responsum est. That means the answer is CLXX, and that is 100 plus 50 plus 10 plus 10, or 170. Pax vobiscum. Back to you, Kevin.
Excellent.
Oh, I was trying to think of a laugh response to that, but I can't, so I won't. Staying in the USA and down to, before we actually move on to Florida, I've got to say hello to a friend of mine who's watching us on Facebook at the moment, Andrew Sharrett, who's busy mopping up because he had the storms as such have damaged his place, and there's water and there's damage and there's all sorts of things. So all the best, Andrew, and hope it all comes together soon. Anyway, back to the USA, over to Florida. Come in, Richie Nash. Hello, Richie.
How's everybody doing there? Just putting on my sunglasses a minute. I'm so sorry. My trick is not going to be that long. I'm keeping it short because I'm saving the good stuff for a few weeks from now. I don't know. But anyway, I have this thing here that basically when I was a child, before I started really getting into magic, I got this like tricks in some kind of store. And I really wanted to be a magician. And it was on one of these like boards. So I was trying to put a show on for my friends. And I figured, let me give it a shot. And basically, it was called Find a Lady. Easy trick. You know, and I'm in the backyard. All my friends are like checking me out for the first time. I don't have any props like I do now. And I had a paperclip. And I said, all you have to do is find the lady. And I'll show you. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Very simple, very big, and very easy. So there was a man watching us. He lived next door. And I says, you know what? How about if you want to win some money? So the guy's like looking at me, and he wanted to come over to try to win some money. I says, I mean, it's a basic trick. And he said, okay. So he said, I'll give it a shot. So I gave him the clip, and that was simple. I said, all you have to do is find a lady. So he says, oh, I'll put in $20. I said, oh, that's good. $20. So he saw me do it and went like this. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, and 3. But just like that. 1, 2, 3. And I said, I'm sorry, but you're lost. So he said, what? I said, well, I told you I'm learning magic. And he said, you know what? I want to do it again. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to even tell you even a better way. Instead of going 1, 2, 2, 3, do it the other way. Go 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Put the clip here, and you'll win your $20 back. It's like going the opposite way. So he took another $20 out. He says, oh, I know I could do this trick. I said, no problem. Put down the other 20, and my friends were all laughing because, like I said, this was like my first trick I ever done, and I wanted to impress everybody. So he did it. He went 1, 2, 3. Put it right there, just right there. That's pretty cool. I said, you're lost. So he goes, wait a second. So he got really crazy with me. He says, you're doing something crazy. You know, you're like a little kid magician. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm a very fair person. Okay? I said, I want you to look at the cards. Okay, I want you to look at the cards. And I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I could use some money to buy some magic, a penguin magic. I don't know, maybe those days they didn't have it. But I said, $50. Any black card, you win. The red, I win. Now, that's pretty fair. You know, I was like, so he runs back in the house now, you know, and he says, oh, man, this is easy, man. I make all my money back. So he went in the house and he got $50. All my friends are over there. They're all laughing. I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. You know, what can I do? So I turned it around and I said, okay, you know what to do now, right? He said, okay. So he remembered something, you know. He says, you know, okay, $50? Bam. He says, yeah, I'm a winner. So I looked at it. I looked at him. I looked at it and I looked at him and I said, I'm sorry, but you lost. He says, what do you mean I lost? I said, remember I told you, black, you win, red, I win. And he said, no way. I says, red, I win. And that's how my magic career just started. It was just, you know, it was pretty amazing. And he went and he was just shaking his head and leaving, and I had money to buy more magic. Anyway, this is me in Florida. I'm going to have some crazy stuff coming. I'm working on some stuff. And thank you, Kevin, for having me here today. And keeping it short and sweet. Ciao.
Excellent. Nice one, Richie. Thanks very much. I love that. Really enjoyable. Okay, yet another new magician treading the virtual boards here at Open Man Magic on a Wednesday night. And he'll introduce himself and tell you all a little bit about himself. Krishan, hi there. Come on down, Krishan.
Yes, my name is Krishan. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm a retired doctor. I do practice magic now as a hobby and some passion. I do some shows with kids and with Washington Magic Group, online and in person. So here I'm going to present my silk to egg routine. Every year, I have this problem. What to get a gift for my wife and my family and my friends. I tried flowers. They don't last long. Chocolate, too many calories. A shirt, very boring. I found a perfect solution, a gift of magic. Today I'm going to show you a magic trick. Everything goes well, I'll teach you step by step so you can perform for your family. I have a yellow silk and a bucket. The bucket is the most important. I will explain to you later. Roll up my sleeves. You won't believe what people think. They think the magician hide something in their sleeves. I tuck my yellow scarf in my hand, tuck all the way, tuck, 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 tuck. Remember the bucket? The bucket has magic confetti. And yellow scarf changes into an egg. That is amazing magic trick. You like to know the secret? Yeah. This is not your ordinary egg. We call this magician's egg. Don't get any ideas. Magicians do not lay eggs. This is a fake egg, and there's a hole in the egg. And that is a secret. For you to perform this at home, hide the egg in your hand and tuck the scarf in your egg. And they think you're tucking it in the hand, but actually tucking in the egg. Tuck all the way. Tuck, 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 tuck all the way. And remember the bucket? Get the magic confetti and show them the egg. This is amazing magic trick. And now you know the secret. So you can for your family and friends. And this is my gift to you. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. I am so sorry. I forgot a very important element of this magic. If you are holding the egg like this, you don't want anybody on this side, or behind you. They will see the hole in the egg. They will see the yellow scarf in the egg, in their hand. So tuck the scarf in the egg very tight, all the way, tuck, 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 tuck all the way, tuck. And just show them the egg. But there are some people, they don't believe in magic. They will shout from the back of the room, you are hiding the yellow scarf in the egg. You tell them, what yellow scarf? I don't have any yellow scarf. My hand is nothing, no yellow. I only have the red one. And that is magic. Thank you.
Thanks, Krishan. Wow, that's a really nice take on that. I haven't seen that version. That's really good. Lovely. Okay, from Krishan to a good friend of mine, good magician, lives in the same area in the southeast of England, and sometimes he does weird and wacky things, but tonight I think he's actually doing real magic. Hey, George, are you there?
You say what I don't do normally is real magic. What that was. Thanks very much, mate. I saw Ryan was in the audience. Ryan, are you still there? Can you unmute, please? We don't need you up on screen. If you're
I'm here.
Yeah, just your sultry voice is enough.
Oh, thank you.
The audience can't take the face at the same time.
It's too much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to pick a card for you, Ryan. But what I need your help for is to make this card unique. So just a quick drawing or word or something like that. I'm not an artist, I'm not very good at spelling, so as simple as possible, please. But
how
so that
about a caterpillar?
A caterpillar.
Yeah.
Nothing too complicated. Thanks,
the worm
mate.
with legs. I think you can manage.
I mean, I was expecting like a square or a star. But caterpillar will do. I've given it a little.
This is real magic you're doing.
I mean, this complicated for me, man. Will that do?
That's great.
So, do you know why I picked the Four of Diamonds? It's got two superpowers. The first superpower is it shows up really nicely on Zoom, and it's got lots of nice white space to mark the card. The second one is slightly different. We can sort of pop it into the deck around there, and with a twist of the wrist and a click of the fingers, you'll see it'll come back to the top again. Did you see that happen?
I did. Very nice.
In case you didn't, I'll show you again. I put it roughly in the middle there. Push it in nice and slow. Twist of the wrist, click of the fingers, comes back to the top again. I mean, in front of a normal crowd, you get a little bit of a woo or If that's not good enough, Ryan, we'll keep going. I'll take the 4 of diamonds. In fact, I'll leave it sticking out a little bit for you so you can see it for now. Push it in slowly, and I'm going to push it into the middle of the deck. Real slow for you, yeah? Twist of the wrist, click of the fingers, and it comes to the top. Oh, no, wait. I'll find it eventually, mate. If we keep going. No, wait, I forgot. This is not the top of the deck. This is the top of the bottom half of the deck. Top of the deck's actually over here. Yes, yes. To make it fairer for you, right? To make it fairer for you, I'll eliminate half the deck. Okay. We'll take the card that you've picked, pop it again, roughly there in the middle. You might think I'm cheating. It's on the top already. It's not on the top already. Okay.
Okay.
But watch. Flick of the wrist, click of the fingers, like that. It comes to the top. In fact, it doesn't even need to go into the middle, Ryan. I can put it on the. I can put it onto the bottom here. And it comes to the top.
Very nice.
I think you might not be keeping up. I've eliminated half of the deck to try and make it fair for you. I'm going to eliminate a couple more cards. Now that's the smallest deck I can have and still put your card fairly into the middle, yeah?
Right.
That's the smallest deck possible. But again, like that, it comes to the top. I'm going to show you it one more time. I'm going to show you it one more time, Ryan, but I'm going to show you as fairly as I can. I put your card there on the table. I'm going to put the other 2 cards on top. I'm going to be hands off as possible. But like this, your card's now jumped to the middle. And again, it's jumped from the middle to the top.
Very nice.
That's what I've got for you tonight. Thanks very much. Round of applause there for me. Thank you. Thanks very much, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, George. Reached the pinnacle of your ambition there. Very good. Dear.
Hi, folks.
Yeah, Rolf, it's you. Then it's Xanadu after you. Yeah. Rolf,
Thank
all the
you.
way from Germany. Look at.
That's right. I'm in Germany. You know, recently I was in Stuttgart at the Königstraße, which is the pedestrian zone, and I saw someone who said, can I show you my cards? I said, oh, sure. He said, well, I do have a red card. I do have another red card, and I do have a black card. The cards get a little mixed up, and you have to keep track of the black card. Then I said, well, I guess it's the bottom card. He turned the card, said, no, sorry, that's a red card. Well, I thought, Then he said, you will have another chance, will get another chance. I said, well, maybe it's the top card. The top card was a red card. Last chance. Then I thought, well, that's easy. It wasn't the bottom card, wasn't the top card. It has got to be the middle card, which was a red card. Then I said, something must be wrong. Then you must have 4 cards. He said, watch closely. I do have 1, 2, 3 cards. I'll show you again. I do have a black card. And I have another black card. And I have a red card. The cards get a little mixed. And I give you one in advance. You have to watch now for the red card. And this one is not it. I thought, well, what? Maybe I should go for the top card. The top card was a black card. Last chance, middle card, black. Then he said, no, listen, the red card is here. Now the interesting question, your last chance, what is this card? Then I thought to myself, he started with 2 red cards and 1 black card. Then it should be a red card. Then suddenly he had 2 black cards and 1 red card. Should be a black card. No, first we had, and then maybe it switched back again. So what do you think? Red or black or something else? Well, the good message is all of you are right, because this is a joker which works for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Rolf. From Germany over back to the USA and to Xanadu. Come on in, Xanadu.
What's happening, everyone? How you guys doing? First, cheers to other performers that came before me. Salute. Not bad, not bad, not bad. As long as I don't go after Tommy, we're good. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Yep, we feel fine.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Pretty clear? Okay, perfect. I need a volunteer. Is Jill still around? My other wife from the UK. Hey, Jill. How
Hello.
you doing, sweetie? How
I'm
are you?
absolutely- I've actually got COVID.
Are you serious?
No. Yes, I'm serious.
Did
I
Kevin
have.
give it to you? Did Kevin
Sorry?
give it to you?
No.
Okay.
My dear
okay.
husband
As
brought
long as
it
it wasn't
home.
Kevin, we're good. Okay. As you can see behind me, there's an envelope hanging on the curtain. You see
Yeah,
it?
I can see it.
Okay, that's my prediction of one of these cards that you are going to predict. Either the circle or the square or the star, the plus, or the wavy line. Now, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to mix these up. Hold on, let me stand up. All right. We're going to mix these up. Going to lay one down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, instead of using a magic wand, I'm going to use a magic marker. Get it? Magic marker, magic, well, you know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place the cards over 3 cards, either these 3, or these 3. Whatever card that is not on the pen, those are the ones that we're going to remove. Okay? So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go like this, or like this. So however you want me to stop, that's where I'm going to stop at. Okay? So it's going to be totally up to you. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Here?
Yes.
Want me to stop here?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to remove these 2. The plus and the circle. Now, we're either going to go here or here. It's totally up to you. You tell me where to stop at.
There.
Stop here?
Yeah.
All right. The square.
Yeah.
Now that means we have 2 left. I want you to point to one of them. This one or this one. Which one do you want me to point to?
This one.
My right or my left?
Your left.
So which one?
Your left. Your left.
My left. This one here.
Yeah.
That would be my left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The wavy line. This is the one we have left over, which is the star. Watch.
It's really strange because that's what I was thinking of.
And it's a red back. two different ones. Okay, so that's my part of the segment. Nice and short, quick and simple.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, hon, for giving me a hand. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a great time. Salute, and I hope you get over your COVID.
Thank you.
You're very
This
welcome.
has cheered me up.
You're very welcome. Cheers. Cheers to everyone.
Salute, salute. And thank you, Jill. Yes, get better quickly, Jill, from all of us here on the Over Mike Show. Right, okay. Oh, we're staying in the USA.
Sorry, can you give Tommy co-host permission because he wants to share screens and I can't do it as I'm a co-host.
Right, okie doke, yep, no worries. The bill is on its way to you now, Tommy. So just send $100 US to mypersonalscam.com.
He hasn't paid the last one yet.
Tommy Burnett.
All right, then. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And the only thing I wanted to be able to do was this. And now the moment is gone. So, yeah, so let's change my view here. See if this will work. Yay! It's on my phone. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm going to do something with two decks of cards, a blackjack and a whitejack, both of which are from the Magical Sin Limb collection. They're both regalia decks, and not that anybody cares, but you all existence, so I figured maybe you would. From one deck, I'm going to select a card. Actually, let me do that up here. Let's think. Yeah, let's do that one. And I'll place it down on the table there and get rid of, oh, I forgot I had a split screen. I could have done it right there. We'll get rid of that and we'll keep this down here. And now I need a volunteer, if I could. And I don't need them on screen, I just need somebody to, I just need to be able to hear them. So, I'll do it, Tommy. Roy.
Roy.
All right, mate.
Okay, it's perfect. So Roy, what's going to happen is I'm going to give these a bit of a shuffle. If you were here with me right now, you could do this. I'm not going to do any fancy table shuffles, just a in the hand shuffle, and maybe a few couple of cuts.
Yep,
right?
yeah.
And in a minute, I'm going to ask you to think of any number between 1 and 52, and one by one, I'm going to take out cards and count them like that. And then when we come to your number, this card here would be
My God.
the card you call it with a come to, okay?
Okay.
So let's start over. And do you have a number? Do you have a number in mind?
16.
Okay, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
15. Now, do you want that to be 16, or do you want me to count one more?
Count one more.
One more?
Yep.
Okay, so 16, which means this will be the 17th card, yes? And it's the 7 of clubs. If you had gone any further, it would have been the 8 of the jack. If you had gone back, it would have been the 5 of the 8. But you stepped on the 7 of clubs. And my card, which has been here the entire time, was, the 8 of diamonds. No, it was the 7 of clubs.
Well done, Tommy. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And now back to Kevin.
Excellent. Thank you, Tommy. And right, a little something from me, and then we've got a special guest coming on, the wonderful Mr. Howard Hamburg, who said he will drop a quick trick for us at the end. So before Howard, I want a couple of people. Now, let's just have you look at the gallery, Stu. So let's just find a few people to help me with this. In fact, Cherry, can you help me? If that's all right to you, Stuart will bring you in. And let's see who else. Somebody. Let's bring Jill in as well. Why not? Just, then we've got a completely non-magician. Okay, so going to try something a little bit unusual. So for starters, we'll start with Cherry. So if you could park Jill out of the way for the moment, so we've got a bigger view on the screen. And let me just get the right picture up, which is that. And we'll come back to that a second. And I'll just show you what I've got here. I've got some tarot cards, just a small set of tarot cards from what's called the major arcana in tarot. Things like the Popess and the Emperor and Justice. And I'm going to get both you and Jill to choose a tarot card, but we're going to use a little bit of fun to join it. So if I just bring the cards, there we go. So you can see these are the tarot cards. They're in no particular order, and we've got lots of little things that you could wish for, Cherry. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they're all different lengths of words, different number of words, and I want you to find one that resonates with you, and then using the tarot cards, we're going to spell that little sentence out. You'll see what it means in a second. So, do you want to find one that resonates with you?
Okay, happy at my work.
Say that again.
Happy at my work.
Happy at my work. So we're going to use the tarot to go for that. So, and if you'd chosen, say, the one above, Visit Las Vegas, different number of words, different number of letters, we're going to end up somewhere else. But you've chosen happy at my work. So HAPPY at AT my MY WORK. So there is your tarot card. And it is the Wheel of Fortune. I'll just let you see that one. The Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune has several meanings. It can mean good luck or karma, or a turning point. So it could mean, yes, you are happy with what you're doing, but you've got other things that you can enjoy and come up with. It could be a turning point in in everything that you're thinking of doing. But whatever it is, it'll be good for you, it'll be lucky, and it'll be your karma. So let's have a look at that. So can we bring Jill in now, instead of in place of Des and Cherry? Okay. And then if we move Des and Cherry off the screen, I'll just show you my favorite card, which is here somewhere. That's my one, the Magician, which for some reason I just love the Magician card. I don't know why that is. And all these again are in no particular order. They could be absolutely anywhere. We'll just stick the Magician somewhere in the middle. And we'll do the same for you. Find something that you would wish for, something that really resonates with you.
When to travel?
Sorry?
When to travel, because
When
I can't
to travel.
at the moment.
Okay, so these are, again, I'll just show you that. They're all in a random order, and they could have been in any order at all. And you've just chosen when to travel. And again, it's a different number of words and a different length to what Cherry chose. So where are we? When to travel. So we'll do W-H-E-N T-O-T-R-A-V-E-L. And the sun. Now that's interesting, because you could be traveling to the sun. And the sun is again a good one to end up on. It's a positive card. It means fun. It means vitality. All the things that you would gain from traveling. So those are the two that you chose out of. Do you want to bring Des and Cherry back, please, Stu? And I will go back to those. So of all these tarot cards here, which all have different connotations and meanings, Cherry, you chose the Wheel of Fortune, and Jill, you chose the Sun, and they seem to resonate with your choice of words as well. But what's even more interesting is this little frame has been sat there all the time. It's a glass frame, and inside is a prediction, which matches what you ended up choosing. So it was destiny all along.
Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, that's almost the end, but we have a surprise guest who came along later and said, please, sir, can I have some more? And we can. Howard Hamburg, come on in, Howard.
Hi. Hi. But I always liked this group. This is an effect utilizing the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades, and I will remove them. We're missing the 3, I think. Yeah, here we go. And what I want to do is put them into a 1, 2. I got to make sure I got 3. I got the 4. So you can see the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. I'm going to reverse their order for this. So we have the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5, with the 5 being the bottommost card, and the ace of spades being the topmost card. And I'm going to place the ace somewhere here into the little packet. And we'll wait a moment. And that ace comes to the top. Let's try this again. We'll place the ace of spades into the packet. Wait a moment. And the ace comes to the top. Now there's too many cards. The next card should be the 2. But the 2 has gone to the bottom of the packet. Too many cards. Past the 3, the 4, and the 5. I'll place the 3 face up between the 4 and the 5. There it is. And the 3 turns face down. I'll take the face down 3 and place it between the 4 and the 5. And the 3 turns face up. It's too many cards. That leaves the 5 on the bottom, the 4 on the top. I simply place the 5 on top of the 4. We wait, and the 4 comes to the top. Again, too many cards. That leaves the 5. I can't place it below a card, between a card, or above a card. And so that ends the effect. And that's the ace 2, 3, 4, 5 trick.
Fantastic. Thanks, Howard. That was
You're
wonderful.
welcome.
That
You're
was
welcome.
wonderful. And that is a wrap for tonight. So if we have a look up on my little board over here, over there we go. Pointed the right direction for a change. Thank you to Charles Schneider for the bit of fun at the beginning. Robina, Rob, Jayne, David, Minton, Paul, Cooper, Michael Kelly, Des King, Parry, Bruce, Richard, Krishan, George, Rolf, Xanadu, Tommy, myself, and the incomparable Howard Hamburg. Thanks very much. Good night, everybody. See you again next week. Goodbye to everybody on Facebook Live. Goodbye to those watching us on Twitch. And we're
Thank you.
out.
Good night. Good
Bye,
night.
Joe. Bye.